Forms of an equation. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. The general form, the least useful to you, okay? Y is equal to mx plus b. This is the most useful, all right, because it tells you the slope and the y-intercept. Slope is m, y-intercept is b. The point slope equation, which is useful, but it's not as common. Most of the stuff is written in mx plus b. But this one gives you the point, which is x1, y1, and the slope, which is m. Okay. If it's written like this, you have to write it in one of those two other forms. Ideally, you're just going to write it in mx plus b. All right. So practice graphing. We've done a bit of this. Y is equal to 2x plus 4. We want to sketch the graph of this. What form is that in of those three equations? Yeah. The middle one, right? So what is our slope? 2 over 1 or 2. What's our slope? Our y-intercept? 4. So how do we sketch the graph? What do we mark first? Y-intercept, which is at 4. And then from that point, we go other way around. Yeah, because it's rise over run, right? So up 2 over 1. I'll do one more just so we can mark another point. Up 2 over 1. And we can draw a straight line. Apparently, I cannot draw a straight line, but there's our straight, quote-unquote, straight line. Okay? So that's the easiest form. If you have it in that form, it's like mark the 2 points, plot it out, boom, you're done. B. What form is that in? Yes, it's the point slope. So what's our slope? 2 over 1, right? Or 2. 2 over 1. What's the point that it goes through? -1 and +2. Does everybody agree with that? So we mark our point that we know. Instead of marking the y-intercept because we don't know that, we mark our point, which is -1 and up 2. And then we use our slope to get the rest of it. So we go up 2 over 1. From that point, up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. So you get that graph. What do you notice about those two graphs? They are the same thing. All right. And then the final one, C, is the one that nobody likes. What form is that in? It's the standard form. So it's going to be the same one, but let's rewrite it to make sure. So what do I want to move? I would move the y because it has a 1 in front of it and it's negative. If you add it to both sides, you will get 2x plus 4 is equal, why do you keep moving? Is equal to y, which matches the first one. So we have a y-intercept of 4 and a slope of 2. Up 2 over 1. Sketch the graph. It's a really bad graph. Okay? So it doesn't matter what form you get. You can pull the information out of each one of them. The first two are much easier because everything's there. You don't have to manipulate it. The third one you have to manipulate, which is why nobody likes that one. Okay? And in grade 10, it's not that useful. It's more of a pain in the butt than anything. All right, one last thing and then we're done. So we're going to match these equations to the graphs, corresponding graphs here. Okay, so let's start with the ones that we don't need to manipulate. All right, so equation 2. I don't need to manipulate that. What is my slope and what is my y-intercept? Okay. And the y-intercept is 3. So just quick look at those graphs. Which ones have negative slopes? Sorry, which ones? C and B have negative slopes? A and C have negative slopes. Does everybody agree that A and C have negative slopes? Okay, because they're falling left to right. Okay. Okay, so which one has a y-intercept of positive 3? A. So there's our y-intercept. Let's just check to make sure that it's the right slope. Let's zoom in, so it's a little easier. I should go down 2, 1, 2 over 1. We hit the line, so that has to be negative 2x plus 3. So that one's done. Boom. What, the standard form? This one? Oh no, you'll use this all the time, like the y equals mx plus b all the time. It's just the standard one. And I won't even say second year, but you start to see it in first year as well. But equations of lines, y is equal to mx plus b, you'll use that from now on. All right. So now we could, which other equation has a negative slope? Okay, the graph, C, yes. Which equation has a negative slope? That one, right? So most likely, since that has a negative slope and the B and D do not have negative slopes, that's going to be C. Does everybody agree with that? So let's just check it. What point does this graph go through? Because it's in point slope form. -4 and -1. So see if -4 and -1 is on this graph. -4, 1, 2, 3, 4. -1 is right there. So it's on the graph. It's on the line. Does it have a slope of -1/2? If I go down 1 and over 2, I hit the graph as well. So this is y plus 1 -1/2 x plus 4. All right, we got 2 left. Which one do you want to manipulate first, equation 1 or equation 4? All right, so let's manipulate 1. That was a good choice. Do you know why that was a good choice? Because the y has a 1 in front of it. It means you're not going to have to divide off anything, right? If the y has a number in front of it, you will have to divide that off to get y equals. So this one, I'm going to move the y to the other side. Get 2x plus 3 is equal to y. Okay, so what's my y-intercept? What? I'm not asking for graph D. I said, what is my y-intercept? And Tyler correctly answered 3. I got D? I didn't even understand that. Okay, so my y-intercept is 3. Of B and D, which one has a y-intercept of 3? They both do. 3. But we have to check the slope. What is my slope of this equation? 2, which means I go up 2 and over 1, right? Up 2 over 1. Do I hit the graph? No, so it has to be D, but let's check it. Up 2 over 1, boom. So this is y is equal to 2x plus 3. And therefore, process of elimination, what's B? The one that is left. 2y minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Boom. All right, this is it. You're done. 3. I know, it's a million things. 3, 4, 5, please.